Okay, I'm going to continue on this racism against fathers. I'm going to talk about here. Okay, so America, I'm trying to, it's difficult for me to, okay, here in America, yeah, it's accepted. Single moms are just the gods, okay? And there's many instances whereby it's a single father. I'm a single father, okay? But you can look in, people in different countries see that I have my children, but I haven't, they say, when you see your children, you should see your kids. It's like they call them goats. I haven't touched, or even, obviously you could see the newest situation, but I've seen my youngest daughter. I have such love for my children. One, my oldest daughter, I'm probably 95% chance where I'll never even know her. It's, how do you, she's been basically manipulated to no end. And I've people contacting me regarding her, and great. She's, yeah, she's a teenager now. It's gonna be, wow, 15 years old this year. Not 9 months from now, sometime. In October, her birthday is. So, okay, yeah, I'm not around my children because of court orders, because I'm a bad father, I'm a psychopath, I'm a child pedophile and drug addict, drug dealer, gambling too much, alcohol, too much stuff. No, none of that. All right. You never had any hearings. It's public record. Search my name, y'all. My life is all about being with my children. This is really, really, really complex. It's not so much difficult. I mean, it's the way I'm trying to think of it, to put it out there for the world to understand this. Because when you look at different countries, they don't have the kind of problems that we do in this country. We have 40% of children raised without their father. But what we're not hearing about are the motherless children. Okay, yeah, me, and a lot of people like me, Not just everybody, all the mothers are going to prison kind of stuff, but, up until 10, every weekend I was going to my grandparents. So I didn't have any actual time with my mother because that's, how it is when you're with when your mom's working all the time. Because that's back in the 80s. Today, moms are just, the numbers of women in college, it's pretty much now equivalent to the number of men. Back in the 80s, or let's go back to the 70s because, that went by my mom time, the numbers were like super low. It was not even 20%. So there's more women in the workforce now. There's statistics that look at involved mothers, and then of course they're not considered actually with their. Okay, so my video here is about not just single fathers, but fathers with sole custody, and that's been my thing. I always have full custody of my children, whereby my thing is I absolutely need, and what I've been projecting off of myself, I've been talking to social workers, is my fear. Job, the thing I feared most came upon me, is my children without their mother. I'm so happy with my mother. I love her so very much. In the past year, we've communicated just a few times. She's got, severe issues with regard to alcohol, attacking people, a severe criminal record. There's been ways to more appropriately and effectively, calmly communicate. So in this situation, haven't been in contact with her as much recently. But when I say I'm really like happy with her, I love her so much. It's kind of, I grew up with her, my mother. But here I was motherless, and then of course I had my grandparents because my mom. Public records will show, yeah, she was incarcerated, people call it, or in prison. That's very serious, and I'm going to remember this. This is in the past. Forget about it. Cut her off a board out of your life. Forget about it. I'm at peace with it, but you got to realize where I'm coming from, what I've seen. So I've really desired to make sure that the mothers I come in contact with, I pray for them. You can see all the videos, and of course, the fathers. That's why I pray for, that they are with their children all the time, and that's so easy, y'all. So the fathers I know who have custody, I mean, there's a lot I know because I'm more in the community of fathers' rights kind of stuff, and there are quite a few that go to court or can track down the mother who's been running around with the child, and then, you know, they just, a lot of them just don't want. I mean, okay, today's the 5th of January. Okay, 2017. I was with certain someone. You can go to my Facebook page and see who it was. She had children. 1 boy, 2 girls. There, I think one might be in Maine, the other 2 are in maybe Maryland or something, or Virginia, I forgot. And here we were in Panama City Beach. I'm with the mother of these children, and we talked about her children all the time. We prayed for her children, prayed for her as a mother. I was praying just about that time too, that I would meet a woman who would, respect, and she loved that the father was there all the time. So the point here is that I met somebody who was a mother, and she just didn't want, she just literally at birth, she just gave the children away to the father. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on myself. I mean, I've made it very clear that I am to have full custody. I know this is the responsible way to go. Children are safest when they're under the leadership direction. There's another word I'm trying to think of, but decision making. Under kind of legal stuff for me. I mean, financially, when we're set here, oh, you're a nomad. You're homeless, Jason. You're just running the streets. You're running off to this island, that island. VA case, one of the most dangerous places in the world. San Juan, Puerto Rico, Miami. You just go off to Siesta Key, and I'm poor, but I have more money than anybody's ever known to do, with perfect health. Haven't been the slightest bit sick since 2012. Let's talk about that. Go ahead. But anyway, there's 2 specific men I know who have full custody that I've always been very close to, and I've been with them throughout their all kinds of stuff, not just the trials, but the upbringing, and I've been around them, and I've never wanted to. I've been praying for them to really get close with the mother. So the one man is in. Fine, I'll go ahead and be more specific. Mesa, Arizona. What's up, dude? We met. Yeah, middle of, just after the election, 2016. So it was like the 11th or 12th, just before Thanksgiving. Okay, so November. Okay. Wow. And this dude was living in his car and going into like Planet Fitness and recreation centers to shower. He completely turned it around, man. The sweetest 2 little daughters. And then there's a man named Sean. That dude's named Chris. What's up, Chris? Sean in I think it was North Carolina. 6'6". No. He's a great father. I like him. Michael Jordan, big time. I mean, this guy, for example. I mean, this is okay. I'm not either of these guys that I know. I've been following probably closest. I know probably more than 2 or 3 dozen. I would say minimum 25, up to probably 50. More like 40, 25 to 40 different men. I just met one man who's got custody of his 6 children alone. It is really, really, the whole single mother thing is for nobody. And it's not for men either. The full custody thing. No way. It's extremely tragic on the child. Okay, so yeah, he was posting on Facebook maybe 2 years ago. This man, Sean, his child ran away. He was begging, everything. I'm so sorry, I did you wrong here, there, everything else. I don't know. Okay, I do know these 2 gay guys in Tampa. But how do I mean, what do you call that? I don't know, whatever. So anyway, they are with the child all the time. I don't know of really many fathers the way I've been with my children. I love that. So, okay, great. You got full custody, and the whole idea with that, you're getting tough. I'm going to show you how bad of a person you are, how much you pissed me off. The girls like to do that. I'm gonna get to go through the witchcraft and get people to believe these abuse stories that I'm gonna make up to, you know, children and family services usually who they manipulate. They can't really so much get into the police because the police do kind of want to see, you know, and then they'll make records, but they want to see some kind of evidence. So, as much as I expect to have full custody, that mother needs to be here. You know, I don't, you know, like the idea of mother having full custody, which is what you're seeing in America. They just get up and run and hide. It's a very poor country. People don't understand that. When I'm making this video, I'm looking at you in America, but I'm realizing and expecting and accepting that there are people who are going to be in South Africa and, well, yeah, go ahead, Norway, Russia, you know, Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark, you know, and down to, you know, Germany, Yugoslavia, France, Australia, China. There's as few views as I have. You never know when somebody's going to pop up. You know, the countries that do have more respect for children. New Zealand's an awesome one, man. They're really strong, making sure both the biological mother and father are with the child at all times. And in school, parent-teacher meetings, they're strict, yo. It's good stuff. And, you know, I'm not into the whole school thing. It's, you know, the parents aren't to be giving away their children to somebody else to be raising and educating or educating. Nobody's being educated, y'all. Okay, let's just be realistic about that. Here it is in 2021. Today's the 5th of January. Whoa. You know, stuff has changed so much since I was in school, which is like, you know, 25 years ago. Wow. But still, it's like there's something different that really, you know, what it often comes down to is being with, I mean, I have got such connection with my dad, whom I met at the age of 17. And we don't talk. I'm not tolerating anybody's drugs anymore. I'm trying to push it on me, the alcohol. So anyway, here's your thing with regard to, yeah, this extreme discrimination and racism against men. Great, you can go ahead and get your full custody and be the only parent with your child and just be pissed off at the mother. And what I love about, you know, many situations is, yeah, they're going to go ahead and work on their relationship together. Mother and father. I'm not talking about, you know, doing the whole sex thing and going back into that, them being together, you know, physically that way, but just physically present, as the statistics will eventually show that, you know, you're physically present and involved. These are, maybe should post a link to with this video. I got some great statistics. Where, you know, most parents in this country are not even involved with their children. And it's difficult, you know, when you have me. I was with my grandparents on weekends, my mom during the week. No court orders, stuff like that. You know, this is how we did it. And then, of course, yeah, 10 years old, around there, you know, she had to go away for a while. Minimum 3 years, and then a halfway house, and then, you know, with the whole felony thing, you know, it actually is easier to get a job. So then she got a job downtown Cleveland. Of course, I never get to be around her. But I because of, you know, in and out, I longed for my mother, that female in my life. Of course, I had the grandmother, the aunts, and different things. But this is stuff that creates a 25-year-old, a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old. That's stuff that's happening at the age of 6 months, 12 months, 5 years old, 10 years old. Mommy, I need you here with me. Daddy, I need you to... There shouldn't even be an issue with regard to texting or answering a phone. You should be there, right there on the spot. So, I got to give you the statistics too. I might just make a video just showing the statistics with regard to children, the motherless children, and then of course, you know, father with us, it's 40% in this country. Oh my God. People make points that, oh, well, it's better the child be with at least the father because he's more of a protector. I disagree with that, but single parent is just, I pray for peace, happiness, love.